Planning a trip to Los Cabos? Hold on! After spending a month in Cabo, I've uncovered some great secret gems and figured out a bunch of must-know facts that I'd like to share with you. Before you go, make sure to watch this entire video. Your Cabo adventure starts here. Before we dive in, please support our channel by giving us a thumbs up and subscribe. If you are planning to take a trip anywhere, the first two things that most of us think about. Number 1, how to get there. Number 2, where to stay. Most people visiting Mexico will either stay in an all-inclusive or an Airbnb. All-inclusive and top-ranking hotels in Mexico are great. The food is usually amazing and they do have live entertainments every day and night. This is perfect, especially when traveling with kids. We were just the two of us going to spend a month in Mexico. The thought of being in a hotel room for a month wasn't much of an option if we wanted to keep our sanity. Also, we both had to bring our computers as we were working part of the time while we were there. We definitely wanted more space than a hotel room. The drawback of staying in an Airbnb is that we had to pay for all of our meals. When choosing between Airbnb and an all-inclusive, you should take into account the length of your stay, whether you need more space than a hotel room, the number of travelers, and of course, whether you'll enjoy cooking or whether you prefer the meals to be included. Choosing between Airbnb and an all-inclusive resort in Los Cabos really boils down to your individual needs and preferences. For a month-long stay like mine, Airbnb was definitely the right choice. It gave us a lot more room than a hotel. That's really the only advantage for us. We aren't great cooks, and eating out in Cabo is definitely quite expensive, especially when you compare it to the rest of Mexico. If you're traveling with a companion and you're staying for a long period of time, the extra space of a private rental might outweigh the perks of an all-inclusive. Plus, if your trip involves a bit of work on the side besides just vacationing, having a spacious living area can make all the difference. And there are people who just love to cook even on vacation, and it'd make sense to have a full kitchen versus being in a hotel room. Of course, most of us would take into consideration of the cost of renting an Airbnb plus meals versus being in an all-inclusive hotel. I can tell you from experience that good Airbnb in Los Cabos aren't cheap at all. It can get very pricey if you dine out all the time, as Los Cabos is one of the most expensive places in Mexico. As we all know that if you stay at an Airbnb, you'll have to either make your own food or eat out, unlike at an all-inclusive resort where meals are included. Unless you like cooking at home, going out to eat every day can quickly break your budget. Don't let me forget, in most Airbnb, you'll have to do your own cleaning, unlike being in a hotel. Okay, time to be honest, we both don't like to cook. While we were in Cabo, we ate out all the time. The good news, we ate at a lot of different places in the area, so I can give you some great dining advice. I know all the best places to eat, from secret gems to beachside spots. Some of them could truly break the bank, while others are quite reasonable. Our Airbnb was just a 5-minute walk from Costa Azul Beach, but little did we know that there's mostly private access. Costa Azul Beach was a hidden gem, yet surprisingly uncrowded. If you enjoy a long beach walk, you'll love it. The powerful waves might be the reason for it being quiet. Just so you know, if you don't stay in a hotel or lodge right on the beach, it might be hard to get to the water. To get to a public entry point, you may have to walk quite a bit. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up to help out our channel. If you prefer peace and quiet instead of all the noise and activity, you'd love San Jose del Cabo, which is very quiet as compared to the hustle and bustle of Cabo San Lucas. Even though we stayed in the peaceful San Jose del Cabo, our desire to see as much as possible led us to spend many days exploring the lively Cabo San Lucas and the more tranquil Todos Santos and La Paz. Let's start with San Jose del Cabo. We flew into Cabo Airport and took a shuttle to our Airbnb. It's about a 25-minute ride. The cost is under $30 for the two of us versus a taxi, which is roughly $55 to $60. There are 3 things that are quite reasonable in Cabo: Uber ride, taking the bus, and car rental. During our stay, we rented a car only on 2 occasions. Each time, we kept the rental car for only 2 days. San Jose del Cabo, where we stayed, is a must-see. There are many beautiful beaches and great restaurants. There is the famous art walk in the main square of downtown San Jose del Cabo every Thursday night during the high tourist season. That's from November through June, from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. You'll get a chance to see amazing local arts and crafts, and hey, you might just want to buy one to take back home. Let's talk about restaurants that I highly recommend in downtown San Jose del Cabo. My top pick is Jasmine's. We went there 5 times during our month stay. The food is incredible. Great ambiance with live music. Prices are quite reasonable and the service is excellent. Do you love tacos with live entertainment? La Lupita Taco and Mezcal is a must-go. They have an excellent live band, and the tacos are finger-licking delicious. But mind you, if you drink wine, the prices are quite pricey. Another great restaurant is Habanero's Gastro Grill. Excellent service and a great menu. It's a bit on the pricey side, so check the menu first before going there. If you decide to go to the Art Walk and dine in one of the local restaurants, you must make your reservation in advance, otherwise you are likely not going to get a table. Any other night, even weekends, most places aren't busy just Thursday nights during the tourist peak season. As I mentioned in the early part of the video, our Airbnb is very close to Costa Azul beach. There are some hidden gems in the neighborhood. My top pick is Mamma Mia. The food is amazing, the prices are very reasonable, and they have live music every night. The place has indoor and outdoor seating right on the beach. It is pretty romantic. If you want to grab a burger by the beach, check out Zippers. The menu has more than burgers. It's a mix of American and Mexican dishes. This is a great place to go if you want a break from Mexican cuisine, super casual and super friendly staff. Let me not forget about District, a sports bar. The menu is a mix of Cactus Club and Joey's Back in Canada. The first thing I did after looking at the menu was to ask the waitress if the owner was Canadian. I guessed it right. Great food, a great place to catch your favorite game, and a great place to get some good North American cuisine. Sushi, anyone? Yes, you heard it right. Sushi. There are some really good sushi joints in Cabo. There's one very close to our Airbnb. If you happen to be near Costa Azul Beach and want sushi, check out Fabric Sushi. It's nothing fancy, a small place. But the food is good and prices are quite reasonable. We had shrimp tempura. If my memory is correct, there were 12 big shrimps. Now, when do they ever give you a dozen shrimp in a tempura in North America? The prices are very reasonable as well. There are a bunch of restaurants in the downtown hotel district. La Forchetta is a great Italian restaurant. Superb service, but it's definitely on the pricey side. But hey, why not if you want something a bit more upscale? Oh, one of the best-kept secrets. But be prepared to pay. 7 Seas Seafood Grill at the Surf Hotel. Perched atop the main floor of the Cabo Surf Hotel, you've the view of the water and the sandy beach. Amazing service, great ambience, great food, but definitely quite pricey. Having said that, I'd say it's definitely worth it. If you are not staying in an all-inclusive hotel, you'll likely be taking many trips to the supermarket like we did. We didn't rent a car for our entire trip, as I mentioned earlier that we only needed to rent a car for 2 occasions. I will talk more about that in another video. You can get everything in the supermarkets in Cabo. Oh, there's also Walmart here. Our favorite supermarket is La Comer. If you happen to go there, get some fresh salsa. It's unbeatable. If you like to cook, the fresh shrimp are cheap and so tasty. Uber rides are super accessible and very reasonably priced. We took Uber all the time if we are going somewhere within San Jose del Cabo. If we had to go from one city to another on days when we didn't have a rental car, we took the bus. It's 40 pesos per person, one way from San Jose del Cabo to Cabo San Lucas. Buses are in general quite comfortable and has air conditioner. San Jose del Cabo is a lot more chill than Cabo San Lucas, with great dining, great beaches, and galleries. If you want action, Cabo San Lucas is the place. If you find this video useful, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. I will be talking about Cabo San Lucas in my next video. Thank you for watching. Happy traveling! See you in our next video.